Hi everyone, Pablo here. Today I'm going to show you guys how to run DULP on LendingPad, and I'm also going to show you how to run DU for FHA loans. There's a extra little step you have to take to make sure that you get the DU on here. So we're going to assume that you already know how to structure the file, complete the loan application, run the credit. We're going to assume that that's already all been done on this file. And then the next step really to do is just to pull the DU findings, right? So very important that everything is complete as possible and accurate as possible so that your findings are accurate. That's what we want. We want accuracy, right? The DU findings are only going to be as good as the information it contains. And in reality, the only thing that's happening when you're submitting the loan from your system to any lender of your choosing is that they're going to run the DU, but they're going to do their own income and asset calculations to verify that what you did is accurate. If it isn't, then that's where problems can start to happen. If you miscalculate the income, then it's possible that your findings can change. So it's very, very important that when you run your DU findings or your LPA findings, that you try to be as accurate as possible. The best tip I can give you guys for income is if you're not sure about it, it's worth double, triple checking. I myself go as far as ordering VOEs in case I cannot understand the pay stubs or the tax returns. So let's go ahead and check this out. Again, we're going to assume that everything's been completed, the loan application and everything. We're going to go to the Actions tab here. And we're going to assume that the credit's already been pulled. That's very important. To run the AUS, all you simply have to do is hit send, just like this. And then within our system that we have, you can toggle between Fannie and Freddie Mac. And once you've selected which engine you want to run, you're going to go ahead and hit send request. And then upon sending the request, you're going to get your findings back. It's that simple. I encourage you guys to run both systems so that you can compare which findings are going to be the best for you. Fannie Mae may give you 1 year less tax returns. They may give you less reserves or vice versa. And you may even get appraisal waiver. So it's worth running both systems. Now, once you're ready to view your DU findings, you're going to click on the view icon here. And then you're going to go ahead and click on the drop down. And then click on the AUS findings. And then you're going to be able to find them on here. And what you're looking for is an approve eligible. Anything that's not an approve eligible, you want to triple, quadruple check to make sure that all your data is correct. Now, a tip for you guys is that I like to go to the very last page of the findings, especially when I'm not getting the response that I'd like, and look at the numbers that were inputted. This will give you exactly what it's calculating in terms of income and assets. And then you want to make sure that the liabilities and expenses are also being calculated accurately to make sure that your findings are exactly in comparison to what you put in the application correct. All right. So I did mention I was going to show you guys how to run FHA findings. So we're going to go back to the file. And let's assume that this is an FHA loan. So the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to the tab that says Loan Additional. And again, this is for FHA loans. So you're going to go to Loan Additional. You're going to go to Government Data. And the first section on the right here, you're going to have a Government Data section. Now, in order to run the DU findings for FHA loans, you're going to need to add a couple things here. You're going to want to make sure that the lender and FHA sponsor ID are on here. So it's either going to want you to put the lender ID or the FHA sponsor ID. You can pick what you want to do. The system doesn't really care, but you cannot have it in here twice. So make sure you just put it in one of these sections. So it's going to be this one or the sponsor ID here. Also, you want to make sure that the section of the act type is correct. Also, if you're doing a 203B, which is a standard FHA loan, you want to click on this drop down. And then also, if this is a refinance, you want to make sure if you're going to go full doc, streamline, or any other selections that are on here. So once you've done that, Then you're going to go ahead and save the changes. You're going to go back to the action field on top. And then you're going to click on AUS again. And this time, since we know we're running an FHA transaction, we're not going to even look at the Freddie Mac system. We're just going to focus on the Fannie Mae system, which is a DU or the DO, desktop originator or desktop underwriter. You're going to hit send request, and you should have your response within seconds. And this is how you also run an FHA. This is important because a lot of loan officers get trampled here because they don't understand why they're not getting the findings. On the conventional loans, you don't need to do any additional steps if your administrator has the LendingPad system set up correctly. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for checking out my video. Hope you got a lot out of it, and good luck running your AUSs.